So what are the problems that you started experiencing um, even before you got diagnosed with the brain tumors or whatnot? I guess this was the beginning of some of the issues that you was having because of the brain tumors that we didn't know about.
I remember arguing with my mom a lot. I don't know stupid reasons. I don't know. I used to get into arguments with my sister. Got into a fight in school. I just used to be bad. Then the next year went around. I got suspended for a couple days. And yeah, shit. You got
Yeah.
any more questions?
Oh yeah, plenty of them. Because I know when you first got diagnosed with them, the doctors were saying that um, I guess having brain tumors or whatnot will kind of change your behavior or whatnot. Which that was something new that I didn't know about, and it was kind of interesting to see you go through this process and not knowing. Because I know you had a therapist too. You remember the therapist that you used to go to?
Yeah, Mr. Ron.
Mr. Ron, yeah, I remember Mr. Ron. He was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was it every Wednesday or every Thursday or what day that was? Every time we had to go there or whatnot.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. That was crazy, man. So all that stuff started with the headaches and everything, didn't it?
Yeah.
So you used to complain about your headaches all the time to your mom or whatnot. 'Cause I think at the time I don't even think I was staying. No, yeah, I was staying in the house. I'm not too sure. You used to complain about your head hurting all the time, and we didn't know what was going on. So tell me about that experience about your head hurting all the time, and this is before you was diagnosed with brain tumors. What was all the symptoms that you was having day in and day out? Was the headaches was like 24 hours a day, would never go away?
Yeah, that's how it was in school. So I got on the basketball team. They used to show up and everything. I had to literally take a BC when I was playing in the game because my head was hurting so much.
Hmm.
Yeah, so.
Constant pain.
Hmm.
And I remember when Children Mercy first diagnosed of having brain tumors or whatnot, they was asking us what type of medicine was you using at the time, and we was like nothing. And the doctor kind of shook his head like he ain't been taking nothing for his headaches, well except for BC, but BC ain't gonna really help with a brain tumor headache or whatnot. Man, so how you doing today?
Pretty good. Just taking it day by day. Not wishing, not wanting anything. I'm pretty blessed, you know.
God is good.
All the time.
So is it anything that you miss since you done had your surgery and everything? Because we don't talked about the three strokes that you had, the physical therapy that you had to get all the movement back in your right side, countless surgeries. So let's talk about the proton therapy. What you think about the proton therapy? I know that was done out there in Florida.
Yeah. I remember staying out there for 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, 90 days. I forgot what I did. I got under a white machine. They literally strapped my head so it can't move. And some radiation power or something. He said.
Radiation power, yeah. Because right here it says proton therapy is a type of radiation therapy treatment that is used in high power energy to treat cancer or some non-cancerous tumors. Yeah, that's pretty steep. And not only that, I remember them saying using this type of treatment, you can have strokes from that too. It was a lot of risks of having the proton therapy. So, why don't you tell me about some of the treatments that you had, like after you start having the proton therapy? What was some of the side effects that you was dealing with down here in Florida?
Me wanted to sleep a lot. I would sleep for about 14, 16 hours a day. I only went to my appointments for real. Yeah, it was only about 2 hours. I was in the apartment for 20 hours a day. So Shit, there wasn't many choices for me to do out there in Florida.
Mm. So did you like it out there in Florida?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Because I heard they was kind of like racist down there. Some of the doctors are down there. Some of the doctors kind of treated you. I wouldn't say treated you
Treated me kind
different.
of different.
What about the experiences with some of the doctors down there? Because I know the doctors in St. Jude and everything. They was pretty cool, pretty reasonable, and they seemed like they cared about you the whole entire time. But in Florida, it wasn't like that all the time, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't like that. I had a lady give me a hard time with my IV. She was literally poking through all my veins trying to find the right vein, but she couldn't find none. I told her she's poking through a vein right now. She said, "Oh no, I'm not." Poke through another one. "Oh no, I'm not." Why she was just so rough with me. I'm thinking like, what did I do? Sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
What about the other doctor? I know it was another doctor y'all was complaining about. It was a male doctor, and how he was treating y'all down there. Or whatnot. You don't really remember too much of that. Man. So what about some of your goals that you're trying to achieve in life after all your surgeries and everything? So what's the plans now? Because I know you have seizures now and everything, but that can't stop you.
Yeah.
You've been pushing this thing for quite some time. So what are your goals now in life? Since all this is, some of it is out, Okay, now hold on. What about some of the pills? Once you tell the audience, how many pills that you take a day for some of the conditions that you got from the surgery that you had?
Okay, so I'm diagnosed with like 14 different pills. I can't give you all the names right now because that's a lot of names, but I take about 9 pills on the daily.
9 pills a day?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus
9
Christ.
pills a day. Hydrocortisone. I can't name them all, but
Yeah, I know that's a lot of pills, man.
yeah.
Does that all them pills make your stomach hurt and everything sometimes, or you just get used to it after so long?
Yeah, I've been taking it for about ever since I was in the 7th grade.
Man,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
man.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. So what you think about this whole process, man? About the brain tumors and getting back to full health and trying to get out there and live your normal life with the normal folks or whatnot.
Yeah.
Think that's hard to do sometimes when you're not feeling well, because even though you done had the surgery and everything, and some of the stuff's being removed, you still have like things that done happen to you after the surgery.
Yeah.
Like side effects and all the things that goes on with having a major surgery. I think so far you had 2 brain surgeries. You had one at Children's Mercy when they stuck the stent in there
Yeah.
to see what type of brain tumors you had,
Yeah.
and then you had another surgery at St. Jude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the brain tumor was way worse. I had to go to physical therapy. That's what we was talking about. I had to go to speech therapy. And when I went back to school, I had this teacher that kind of picked on me. He was like, "Why do you have that hood on, sir?"
Oh yeah, I remember you saying you was talking about that because you had your hoodie on because you had that scar.
Yeah. And my brain tumor, it was just like deforming because that's when I literally got out the hospital.
Yeah, I know. I know a little bit after surgery. I know your head was real big. It was like it was swollen. It was the craziest thing I ever seen because I didn't think your head would swell up so much after surgery or whatnot.
Yeah.
So how did that feel? After surgery and everything, your head was swelling up and everything, and you was still taking trips back and forth to St. Jude in Florida. Your head swollen, head hurting, and I remember you after the surgery, you didn't get your eyesight back in one of your eyes. You had a lazy eye, and I guess you had swelling on that side, but it kind of released over time.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? About how was your head hurting when it was swollen like that?
Yeah, it used to hurt for 24 hours a day. It was just so much pain in my head. I had to sleep a certain way. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that. That was trippy.
yeah, trippy nation.
Hmm. So what else you want to talk about?
Um,
So I know you've written down some things that you wanted to go over or whatnot. So I know we talked about you returning back to school. What about the seventh grade? I know you was talking about the seventh grade is when you got diagnosed. Um, so how that feel when you first received that information saying that you got a brain tumor or whatnot?
so first thing that came to my mind, I was just so quiet for the next couple of days. My parents prayed for me. When I returned back to school, I don't know how everybody found out, but they just said, Marcus, I'm so sorry you have a brain tumor. We'll miss you when you go to St. Jude and everything like that. Um, yeah, I had a girlfriend back in the day. She was crying with me when I told her I got a brain tumor. So yeah, that sucks. But
Yeah.
three things I want to say about that is don't give up, man. Your life you still got a long life ahead of you, man.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, you gotta keep pushing, man. You got to. I mean, life is not hard. It's hard being a human. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta keep on pushing. That's what humans do.
Mhm.
Okay, so we talked about that. The seventh grade when you got diagnosed. Was that around Christmas break or something or Thanksgiving? How did that work?
It was on the 23rd of December is when I got diagnosed.
So the 23rd of December is when you got diagnosed with the brain tumor. That's crazy. That's a hell of a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Jesus
Well,
Christ. But now look at you.
yeah.